don't move in the wrong direction. We have no choice. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that it's not going to all end very badly, but
look how much we've given up already.
I know.
I mean, I was in the airport and I saw clear.
Yeah.
People don't understand the power of the retina.
The retina, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're giving that to people. What I wanted to stand at the clear thing and go, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. What are you doing? People don't understand that when the retina is able to be tracked, everything changes.
Yeah. Scary, especially if Clear doesn't maintain complete privacy and security of that information. Very, very frightening. One of the other big things I think we absolutely do have to worry about, though, is bioterrorism, related to the topic of genetic editing, because I'll give you a simple example. There are companies out there that sell CRISPR genetic editing kits for a few $100s, and anyone...
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
Exactly, precisely. Anybody can order them online. You don't have to be certified or have a license or be a physician or a geneticist or anybody. You can just sign up.
So if I want to be a hairstylist or a manicurist, I have to have a license.
Right.
But if I want to alter the genetic code,
yes,
I'm good.
Go at it.
Wow.
Right. And so... back to the previous comments of the kind of the cat's out of the bag. What's different today than 20 or 30 years ago is that, very few people, corporations, governments could afford a supercomputer. Now today, everybody's got one in their hand.
And as you said earlier, everyone has access to the latest
Correct.
download.
Yes.
Everybody has access to that. Yeah. So if you are...
The latest open source, artificial intelligence, cutting edge technology, just download it. It's free for all.
So a friend of mine is Penn Jillette, who's a deep, deep, deep thinker. And he has great hope because he said, you can't stuff man into chains. He said there's just too much information, too much access, too many people to be able to clamp down like that. For at least for very long.
Yeah.
You believe that?
I certainly hope he's right.
Me too.
The thing that does concern me, though, is that these, it's kind of like how inflation happens, how the value of the dollar is stolen, that kind of hidden tax that we experience. As we suddenly just press the button and print more and more U.S. dollars.
And then all of a sudden, hockey stick and you're done.
Right, exactly. We slowly give away some of our freedoms and our privacy and our information, in most cases unknowingly, not at the fault of the consumer. But we slowly give this away, and the value that we receive from all these conveniences, and you can imagine how people will feel when they have their own artificial intelligence assistant with them 24 hours a day. But they come so slowly and kind of so easily and progressively, and our life gets better. Everything's great.
Brave new world.
And then suddenly we wake up one day and say, oh my gosh, what have we done? How far have we gone? And how can we recover from this stage?
So, a rabbi taught me the true story, the oral tradition of the Tower of Babel story. And now that we're here, I learned that 15 years ago. Now that we're here, I think about it almost every day. Tower of Babel story is, the politician says, hey, let's make bricks and we'll build a tower to the sky. Well, he's not talking to the people, because who is motivated in mass of like, hey, everybody, let's make bricks? No, you start with, hey, we're going to build this great tower and you got to make some bricks.
Right.
He's talking to the elites. Let's make people into bricks. We'll mold them all the same instead of stones, because we can do anything with that. We just have to make people into bricks. Okay. Then we're going to build a tower to the sky. What they were trying to do was to, out to God, etc., etc. The kindly God, there's a couple of gods, personalities of God, if you speak Hebrew. So the kind, gentle, loving, not angry God shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, if they can do this, they can do anything. And he confuses their language, so they have to scatter, and it all comes apart. And I thought, our language is binary. What puts all of this, if they can do this, they can do anything, is our technology. Confuse the language, and we scatter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And it scares me,
Yeah.
but it also kind of gives me hope. That gives you the EMP fear of somebody shutting everything down,
Yeah.
but also maybe the benevolence of if things really did get crazy, that there's some benevolence that would confuse the language to set the world free again. I don't think man's story ends. I hope not.
No.
Slavery or even ends here.
No, I am hopeful. I'll give you a recent example, and it's related to the genetic editing. The West, honestly, has been very progressive from my perspective. So I'm really talking about Western Europe and the U.S. in terms of establishing organizations and ethical frameworks from which we can use this incredibly powerful genetic editing technology. And they've made great progress on this. And one of the things that they absolutely will not permit is germline editing, which is going into an embryo and modifying that embryo before the child is born. Guess what China's done? Precisely that.
Doesn't South Korea lead the way in some of those spooky things too?
Well, they're doing a lot in stem cell research, definitely. The germline editing was crossing the line, and of course the Western community was up in arms and took a very firm position that it was completely unethical and unacceptable to have done that without even knowing what the impact to the child would be, of course. For such a nascent technology, having nobody gone through clinical trials yet before we're going to start experimenting with an embryo. Insane, absolutely crazy.
Mangala ideas with today's technology.
Those risks are not smart, but so far, Western Europe, the U.S. Are really kind of aggressively pursuing these ethical issues associated with these technologies, and that is definitely encouraging.
We are so over time. Will you come back?
Of course.
I'd love to come back. And, what you do is help people invest in these things. And I would love to talk to you about, there's two kinds of, for me, there's two kinds of investing. There's, buckets.
Yeah.
I need to have something here, but I also want to invest in things I believe in, things that excite me, and the things that could transform wealth.
Right.
A little in the right thing goes a long way, where this is just stable.
Right.
So when you come back, could we talk some more and then talk about what you think are the technologies that you really should pay attention to?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's been great to talk to you.
You as well.
Thank you.
Great fun.